Hello and welcome. We're going to take a look around the massive big Lego shop located at Legoland, Malaysia. And we're not going to mess around. We're going to start off with the big guns and tuck straight in to these incredible Lego Star Wars sets. Yes, that is the Ewok Village. And no, I have never in my life seen that built up before. Now you have got the Star Destroyer and R2-D2 all baking in the sunlight. But underneath that, you have the OG cheese. Yes, that is a Super Star Destroyer with the orange engines on the back. I have never, ever seen this in person, nor have I seen this made up. And yeah, had both versions of these made up within this shop. They are very, very Star Wars heavy. Now, as we pan around, there will be lots and lots of different models to take a look at, but this Ewok Village looked incredible in person, and it's one of those sets that I wish they would make again, because it would be perfect for my theme park display. Now, as we pan down from the village itself, we have got lots and lots of Lego models to have a look at. So you've got Chewie, then you've got Boba just down there as well. And I think as we start to pan round to the left-hand side, I do believe we've got Darth Maul, and then we have got R2-D2 as well. And you can see how a lot of these have been outside because some of them are yellow. Now, I do believe all of these models we used in their old school Lego Star Wars walkthrough attraction. And like Windsor, where they tended to get rid of most of those, the Legoland Malaysia have seemed to have kept absolutely everything. So this Lego store is packed of all different scale size models, and of course the big Lego figures as well. Now this is the first video from Legoland Malaysia, so keep your eyes peeled for all of the other Legoland parks being uploaded, because we have got a lot of stuff coming from Legoland Dubai, we've got a lot of stuff coming from Malaysia, Windsor, Billund, Germany, and lots of other places as well. So I'm going to upload them randomly into the correct playlists over the next coming months, but there is a brand new Legoland Malaysia playlist now live. So we're now going to check into all the different Lego sets, and again, the big difference with the Legoland store is that you've got lots of backpacks to pick from. So with regards to all the different bits and pieces that they've got in here, you can see they've got all of the Lego City stuff, and then underneath that, they've got a lot of other different bits and pieces made up as well, and they had some giveaway purchases actually on display as well. And of course, they've got all the nice artwork and everything located around the outside of the Lego store. It's really easy to find everything at all of the Legoland Lego stores because they are just so big. But what I did like about this one is that they had the backpacks between as a divider of you were going from one zone to another, whereas other Lego stores tend to have all of the bits and pieces on these sort of fittings and fixtures in the middle of the shop using all the ladder racking and things like that. But it's a lot easier actually seeing it up higher, and it goes obviously from floor to ceiling, and it's just a really, really nice divider. And they did that again for all of the night stuff, they did it for the dream stuff and things like that. Now this store, like all the others, is huge, and obviously each store does display their bits and pieces slightly differently. Now this one tended to put a lot of the same theme all in one cabinet, and then they would have each individual price point. I still think Legoland California displays theirs the best because they make huge dioramas up, and then they still have the tickets of what everything else is. And obviously if you've already caught the brand new 2024 video from Legoland Windsor, they tend to have one thing in each cube. So each place does it slightly differently. There are one or two slight differences with regards to pricing of sets. There was 25% off here, so you can see that inside the Lego store, which I've never seen before at the Legoland park, a lot of the DC stuff was in a huge sale, and some of the Star Wars stuff was in a huge sale as well. And walking around the Legoland park itself, I am sure that some of the Jurassic Park sets had nearly 40% off. So keep your eyes peeled for that upload when we get round to getting to that video. Now, of course, the Harry Potter section is massive, but you can see how they've just divided it with a couple of different hats. Then you go straight into the Star Wars section. Now, with regards to this was filmed just before all the brand new Star Wars releases, so one or two of the UCS sets would not be out at the time of me filming this, but this was filmed, as you can tell in the title, of 2024. It's like 2 days before the 1st of May that this was filmed. And then we've got all of the darker boxes. We've got all the 18 plus sets, all these new sort of icon sets, as they're now getting rid of the Lego Creator stuff. And you can see on display there, they've got 3 different sets, which do look very, very effective. And then they've got obviously the beautiful Sana Khan. Now obviously the Speed Champion stuff for the new wave that has just been announced, that does look very, very good indeed. So it looks like it's going to be a very, very strong year for Speed Champions. But going back to this fantastic Legoland store, they have everything. I don't think they were missing a single set. Nothing was sold out. They had a great selection of BAM minifigures as well. Obviously, you can build up all of those. There was lots of different areas around the park with different shops in that you could go to. I have got a pick-a-brick shop video filmed, which is from Singapore as well. So again, that is something completely different that some of the other parks don't have either. And then again, they've got really nice little displays and dioramas like all of this that we're looking at. And I think putting all of these together, it does look very, very effective. And you can see you've got the nice castle there just at the bottom. And then all of these, now these are looking great with all the bright artwork on the boxes. You can see all the different coloured strips underneath. And they some have 1 or 2 of the winter villages. And then we go back in to just this huge photo opportunity for Darth Vader. And there's a few more of those dotted around as well. I think we've got Stormtrooper to take a look at as well. So I think it would have been a fantastic, there's C-3PO, a fantastic opportunity if the walkthrough attraction was still there. I think it would have been a very, very good walkthrough attraction. But keep your eyes peeled for the videos coming from this playlist, because we do have 1 or 2 special videos to upload. Now, some of these models I've never seen before. I've gone to a lot of the different Legoland parks around the world, and this is the most Star Wars sets I've ever seen. This is the cheese that I had, and it was enormous, but you would just have to display it like this, because if you took a breath on it or you touched it, it would just fall apart. So I built it, I displayed it for about 5 minutes, and then I sold it because I could not do anything with it. But when it's in a cabinet like this, it looks brilliant. And obviously seeing both of them together for the first time ever, that was a very, very nice experience. Now, you have got lots of these cool little bags as well. So if you need to grab yourself a little backpack or a little purse or a handbag or anything like that, they now have everything for you. And of course, you can now get the Lego suitcases and the Lego luggage as well. So if you wanted to get some carry-on bits and pieces or a hard shell suitcase for the airplane, you can now get it with your Lego bricks on top. Now, the cool thing is that they had just some basic Legoland Resort t-shirts, obviously with Legoland Malaysia written on it. And then we have got some other little bits and pieces as well. Now, talking of the trip to Malaysia, I was only here for a day to check out this theme park, but I was staying in Singapore. So if you want to see all of the hotels, the accommodation and everything else that I got up to on this trip, head over to the Global Life Travels channel, and there'll be all the updates from all the adventures that I got up to from Singapore and further afield. That channel has literally just gone live with a handful of videos, so make your way over there if you want to see how you get to this park from Singapore, because it is not the easiest thing to do, but I do cover all of the different transportation, because it caught me off guard a little bit, but I did manage to get here eventually. Now, again, going into these big displays, they've got huge plexiglass covers like this one, for example, and this castle looked great in the shop, but I'm very, very lucky that I can just look to my left right now, and it does look very, very good on display. The colours of it pop nicely. I think I prefer this colour to the older white colour, and of course I've seen it at some of the Disney parks as well. Now, the other thing that you've got to look forward to with regards to Lego shops is there was a huge Lego shop in Singapore right outside the Universal Studios gates. So I managed just to walk in there, film all of that. Some of the dioramas and displays that they've got on there is possibly some of the best I have ever seen inside of a shop. So you got stuff from Singapore to come with regards to the Lego stores, and you got stuff from Abu Dhabi as well. So you've got lots and lots of Lego store and Legoland content to come over the next few months. So just keep coming back to the channel and keep your eyes peeled. Now, with regards to the brick heads, you can see they went deep on all of these, and I like the fact that they were all grouped together. Now, this is where they tend to put in other Legoland places the backpacks, or they tend to put some of the other bits and pieces, but I quite liked that they put all the same size boxes together. I don't know if it was just pleasing on the eye, or it was just really easy to see, because sometimes they'll put huge boxes beside smaller boxes, your eye is automatically drawn to the big boxes, and then you don't tend to see the smaller ones. And then of course we've got all these cool little things like these baggage tags and things like that. Mine got stolen. My Batman has gone missing, so I need to pick up another Batman, because he always goes on my suitcase. So I do need to get a few of these, and then they actually write on the tag where they've actually gone to, and then I tend to retire the tag once it gets back, so it's just a good memory of the trip that I have been on. It is a sad thing that I do, but at the same time, I think it's quite sweet. Now, you have got all of the smaller boxes just in there, but keep your eyes peeled, because you will see some Legoland exclusive sets coming sooner rather than later, and there's some other sets I haven't seen for a little while, like those road plates, for example. The track, you don't tend to see that too often in some of the Lego stores, but they had all the track that you can imagine, all of those different road plates, which either are really, really hard to find in the UK at the moment, or you can only get them from the Lego website, but you don't really see them in our local Lego stores anymore. And then we've got some really nice 4+ sets. You can see that's got the slide, and then we've also got the fire station. So this is all the newer Lego City range at the time of this being filmed. Again, Monkey Kid here, which is great because you don't tend to get that in the Lego stores, because the Lego stores just are not big enough to hold all of the stock. So we had every single Monkey Kid set that was available at the time. They also had every single Ninjago set that was available at the time, and they had all of the Chinese New Year bits and pieces as well. Now, when we get around and keep looking at the shop, you'll see that we will have some more bigger models to take a look at. But as we go through, in the comment section below, let me know, how does this store that you're looking at right now compare to your local Lego store? What thing does your Lego store doesn't have that this one has? What would you like to swap, and what would you like to trade? But again, going back to all of the Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World sets here, there is lots and lots and lots of them. But I'm sure when we take a look at the Jurassic Park bits and pieces later on, or in a different shop in the park, there is at least 25% off, but I'm sure it might be almost 40. Now, the Sonic the Hedgehog range is growing month on month. There's more releases of these, and they've got some nice little cardboard cutouts up at the top. Like I said, it's really easy to see everything here, and you can see just how nicely everything is spaced out. They give you a lot of space to walk around, so you don't bump into anybody at all. I was literally at the store as it opened, because the stores and the Legoland parks tend to open up about an hour or so after the parks open, because they need to restock it from the night before. I think Legoland opens up 2 hours after, because Legoland's shop is just incredible to see the amount of stock they put through the till at the end of the day. But that is half the size of the store one way, and as we come around to the other side, that is the other half of the store. And it is a store that you've got to look up, round and down, because they have stuff everywhere. But this, I think, is possibly one of the better window display Legoland stores I have ever seen, because by one side of the door they have all the huge Lego models, like for example the Avengers Tower and all that kind of thing, and then on the other side they have a surprising amount of absolutely everything. So there's lots and lots of different bits and pieces to have a look at as we carry on looking at all of the Minecraft stuff. And then beside the Minecraft stuff, I do believe that is going in. I can't actually know what that is. And then from there we have all the nice plants, all the Marvel, and obviously we've already seen all the DC bits and pieces. Just multiple stuff of everything, but still to this day they are struggling to sell certain sets. So there is 1 or 2 Eternals. Yes, see, I was right, 40% off some of those sets, but you've got to really look in, because those stickers aren't really easy to see from a distance. So that's why I still think the Jurassic Park stuff had 40% off as well. That is something you don't tend to see at a Legoland park, and you don't really tend to see that kind of thing at a Lego store either. It's normally our local toy stores. Obviously, we've seen the videos from Legoland where they have like a sale pile, which is something that they tend to do for stuff that isn't selling very well, like for example the Eternal sets or the Black Panther. Basically anything that wasn't very good for Marvel, that just didn't sell in Lego form, and obviously they put into their Black Friday sale and the Cyber Monday, and they still couldn't shift it. They have those all grouped together, whereas here they tend to have them sort of dotted around all over the place, so it makes you really, really look. So you'll be looking at it and it'll be full price, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, that you get a free gift with this one, or you get 20% off this one. When you're in a slightly smaller store, when you walk around some of the shops later on in the uploads, you will see that it is actually a little bit easier to clock on to the gifts, the giveaways, and the stuff that is in a sale, whereas the amount of stuff that is in here, you don't really know where to look. And obviously I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So the one at the bottom is the brand new R2-D2. I have seen for the first time the UCS R2D2, I'm making up letters now, with the new one as well. And there is a big difference with regards to size and price. So I think it's very much personal preference to what you enjoy. But would you want the original that was out in the sun to bake? Or do you still have that? Because there must be differences, because obviously they keep releasing them. They must have done 3, 4, 5 of those now. Now, coming down to here, you can see you've got the lovely Chewy, and then you've got big discounts on all those diorama pieces. That is 40% off that. Yes, 40% off the battle packs as well. No, I didn't pick it up. Yes, I am stupid. I should have done, but I was just rushing for time, and by the time I came round and filmed everything, I had to get back because it was an interesting journey home. So like I said, head over to the Global Life Travels channel if you want to see exactly what I had to go through to get back. All good fun in the end, and it was easy enough once you know how. But I highly recommend, if you are staying in Singapore and you enjoy Lego, get over to the Universal Parks, because they have the fantastic store there that I will be sharing with you, like I've said. But to get here, it only took about an hour. But you've got to use the correct transportation company, otherwise you could get left by the side of the road by yourself, which is never an enjoyable thing. Now, moving on to all of the Lego Technic bits and pieces, these are all grouped together. These were quite close to the till, actually, so it was in one of those locations. On the other side of that, you can see you've got all the Legoland exclusives. So you have got the Legoland Park, the Mythica, you've got Ninjago up there, then you obviously got the big figurine as well, which I think is quite hard to find now in certain places. And all of these with the orange or yellow stripe down the side tend to be in the Legoland Parks or on the Lego store only, because they don't really tend to put them in the normal Lego stores just because they don't have space. But it's definitely worth checking those out on the Lego website, because they do have some really nice things. And that did save, yeah, there we go, 40% off. So you had 40% off all of those. But again, going to the pound to the local currency, the Malaysia currency was actually really weak against the pound. So what I should have done is bought the sets from here and then just took them back with me. Or if I ever go over again, that's all I'm going to do, and just take a bigger suitcase, because it was much, much cheaper than actually buying it over in the UK. Now you can see you've got a good selection of backpacks, and that is a better look at just how big this Lego store is. But I am slowly starting to run out of time. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Again, head over to all of the other playlists with regards to the different Lego parks. We've got a Lego store playlist as well, and we are doing comparison videos of all of the different Lego stores and the Legoland parks around the world. So if you do like that kind of thing, well, this is available for you. If you want to see a little bit more of the actual theme park, keep your eyes peeled for future uploads, because I filmed absolutely everything, and what a park this is. The weather was outstanding. It was very, very, very warm, but it is a beautiful place. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult to see just because of the reflection. What I should have done is just put the camera pinned against the glass, but I didn't, because I was stupid. So you can see you've got the Ewok Village again, and then you've got that big thing, and then you've got that big thing. I don't even think there's a window protector on there. And then there we go with regards to, well, the big cheese, as I call it. That is the OG cheese, and it is huge. To see that in person was amazing. Just have all of those 5 things together was pretty cool. And then it just carries on. So we've got another couple of minutes of just looking at all of these different sets as we pan around. Yes, I know the reflection's not ideal, but if we do get round to the other side of the building, you will see the big tower and the other bits and pieces like that. If it's not in this video, it's been included in the other shop video, because it's a kind of a window between 2 Lego stores. It sounds a bit bizarre, but they have Lego stuff all around the entrance everywhere, because you've got this big shop, obviously, and then you've got a pick-a-brick shop, and I mean it's a big shop with loads and loads of different Lego bricks. That's a completely separate upload. Even their customer service has a Lego store inside it, where there is enough sets in there to make a separate video. So that is how much they think about all of these different bits and pieces with regards to all the displays and just the amount of stuff that they can put out and on show. And I feel sorry for the person that has to keep changing this window display, because I can't imagine it's the easiest thing to do. So that is one half And this is the other. So this is still the same wall we're carrying down. So they've got For the Love of Racing. Again, very, very popular, all the Formula 1 cars. And there's obviously just been that new announcement now for the Aston Martin F1 car as well. That'll go perfectly with that new McLaren. So that is now very, very tempting for me, because I could make up like a Formula 1 go-kart track for my theme park. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because we will still be doing the Disaster series on a Saturday. And well, it's always messy in here. I'm always coming up with different ideas. But again, just with the stuff that is in here, I'm sure a lot of this would have been swapped over and replaced already. We've seen the new announcements for the new Explorer bits and pieces that are coming out. Obviously, that is what that big boat is all about. And then as we carry on panning down, there are 1 or 2 more bits and pieces to have a look at. But it doesn't seem that I have added on the Big Avengers Tower to this video, which means it will be in the next one. So I'll say it one more time, guys. If you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. Feedback below with regards to what you think of the shop, and are you looking forward to seeing the rest of the videos from Legoland Malaysia? I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.